Okay, are we getting better? So what's going to be easier for you, to buy a bunch of tickets to the next event so you're guaranteed a seat, or to wait and miss out on a chance of getting a seat and sitting at home wishing you were there? So what's going to be easier for you, to hurry up and get a ticket for the next event so you can learn more and earn more money, or to miss out on the chance and stay home wondering why you never get a paycheck? How many people here think even the toughest question on closing, which is I need to think it over, we could just handle just like that as a professional? And that's the difference between skills and unskilled. Now, how many people here know how to drive a car? All right, does it take skill to do that? Yeah. But if you didn't have skill, oh, you're not going to drive that car, are you? You have to know things like the clutch stops the grinding sound. The brake is kind of convenient. The steering wheel is a pointing device. The ignition key does magic. The same in your business. If you're going to be an accountant, a doctor, engineer, every profession requires skills. And if you're sitting here today as part of the AIM Academy, think about this. You have to take this serious. You got to start learning the skills. You just can't stay being a victim saying, well, I showed up to the meeting, but nothing happened. No, we got to learn some skills to make it rock. So are you ready for the next skill? Yes. Now, this skill can be used from leadership to communication to presentations to closing. It covers them all. But this is the first of the 25 basic skills we like to teach people because it empowers them. It makes them feel that they know more than other people. It gives them confidence to talk to people. And they can talk to people like Vulcan mind meld. They can get their message inside the other person's mind just like that. And we can't do that when we start because we're missing some skills. And I'll prove it to you. When you're out there talking to people, the people you talk to here in the Philippines, do they want to live longer or die quickly? Some of you are still thinking, okay? And do they want more money in their life or less money? So you offer them a chance to live longer, you offer them a chance to have more money, and at the end of the presentation, they tell you no. Does that strike you as strange? Now, you know, if they believed you, they would do it. But maybe they didn't even hear your message. Maybe your message came right up their forehead, bounced off, tinkle, tinkle, tinkle to the floor. And that's usually what happens first. One of the first challenges we have is we don't know how to talk to people in a correct way so the message inside of our head gets inside of their head. And it's a skill that can be mastered very quickly. So let's get on with it, and I'm going to show you that the reason they don't understand is this. Now, I don't know how many of you speak German, but if I talked to you in German, and I would have the best message in the world, I'm saying this is a great company and great founders and great products and a great time and a great income and a great compensation plan. If I'm talking to you in German, what's going to happen? We're not talking the same language, are we? So if I'm talking to you, whose responsibility is it to talk the correct language? Mine. So when you're talking to people, here's the news. People have inside their head 4 different languages. You only know one of them. That means 3 out of 4 people you talk to, you ruin just like that. Because they don't understand what you said because they understand a different language inside of their head. Does that make sense for everybody? So would you like to learn how to learn the other 3 languages very quickly? And here's the good news. You only have to learn 2 or 3 words in each language and you're pro. How awesome is that? So when you talk to people, they get it right away. And the problem is we don't know this when we start because, well, we don't know how to be a doctor when we start, do we? We don't know where to operate or who gets the anesthesia first, you know, on our first day of medical school. So when we first start network marketing, we don't know about these 4 languages. Now, you have one of the languages inside your head. This is how you understand the world, how you understand business, how you understand products, how you understand conversations. But other people you talk to with the same language inside your head, when you talk to them, it's just so easy. They get it right away. But the other three, they will turn you down, they will tell you no, because they don't even understand the words you say. So we're going to fix that right now. So are y'all ready? Yes. All right. Now there's only 4 languages. You know one of them, and it's your personality. You get it from the time you were born. You're born this way. It's how you see the world. And for each of these ways of seeing the world, there's not a good or bad. They're all equally good. Everything has good points and bad points, right? Out of all the 4 personalities, the 4 languages, each one has good points and bad points, except the one I am, that's only good points. Now, here's what I'd like you to write down. Just write down the word yellow. Let me explain yellow personalities. Are you ready? Yellow personalities, in this language, you only need to know one word. Help. H-E-L-P. Let me tell you about yellow people. They were born to help other people. They get happiness helping other people. They try to make everybody around them happy. If there's a funeral, they're the first ones to bring food to the funeral for these people. Yellow people are the nicest people in the world. They don't think about themselves. They don't worry about money. So when you talk to them about money, it just bounces off their forehead. They're not worried about travel. Bounce on. They're not worried about recognition. Bounce on. They're not worried about talking in front of people. Bounce off their forehead. Only thing they're worried about is helping other people. Now, I bet you have an aunt or somebody you know that whenever you go to her house, oh, here's some milk, here's some cookies, do you want a back rub? What can I do for you? How can I make you more comfortable? Anybody know somebody like that? Yeah, these are yellow personalities. I picture a yellow personality as a 50-year-old grandmother, long hair with flowers in her hair, kind of a hippie dress, serving cookies to the grandbaby, singing Kumbaya. That's how I picture it in my mind. But yellow people are like, you're going to see a lot of kindergarten school teachers, a lot of nurses, not all nurses, but a lot of nurses, maybe a massage therapist, maybe somebody does volunteer work. Somebody just lives to help other people. That's their whole fulfillment. That's what they get out of life for their happiness. And anybody here ever see the cartoon The Simpsons? Well, the wife, Marge Simpson, she's yellow. She just cares about all the people in her family, how to make them happier. Yellow personality. Homer and them, they're not, okay? But Marge is a yellow personality. Now, when you meet a yellow person, maybe you have an aunt like this. She just comes up and gives somebody a big hug. Oh, I'm so glad to see you. And you feel like you've known her all your life. And you say, here's all my money. Total trust, total rapport. And everybody loves the yellow people. They're the nicest people in the world. Nobody hates them. They're just so lovable. And yellows, you could have a yellow personality, and they wouldn't make a great leader because they're just trying to make everybody in their downline successful. What can I do to help you? And you don't see them up in the front of the stage. They'll be in back saying, can I help with registration? Can I put out some extra chairs for people? Make sure that everybody feels good. Bring them some cookies. That's the yellow personality. Your aunt, she'll give somebody a big hug. Yellows are professional huggers. And then the next day, you'll get a little letter from them. Say, oh, thank you for being my friend. And when they sign their letter, they don't put a dot over the I. What do they put over the I? Little heart, a little flower, smiley face. Those are the yellow personalities. So when you talk to the yellows, it's not about the money. It's about the ability to help other people. Now, you haven't heard the other three personalities, but very quickly, you want to remember that the yellows will do almost anything to help other people within reason. You know, they're the ones that help with the funerals and love taking care of children. By a show of hands, how many people here, even though you don't know the other three, feel like maybe you might be a yellow personality? Raise your hand real high. All right, all right. Now hold your hand real high. And I want everybody else to look at these people with their hands real high. These are yellow personalities that everybody loves. They'll do almost anything to help people. So during the break, ask them for a loan of 50,000 pesos. Oh, okay. Now, yellows make good leaders because they don't have any ego at all. It's all about helping the downline become successful. When you talk to a yellow personality, do you think your presentation might want to be a little bit different? Oh, yeah. How about inviting a yellow personality to a meeting? I'll give you a little script that I like to use. And is it okay if I over-exaggerate this so it makes it easy to remember? All right, so it's an over-exaggeration. Not everybody's going to be 100% yellow. But if I'm talking to a yellow, I might say this. Oh, we have a meeting tomorrow night. Would you please come? We need your help. We have some products that make children healthier so they don't miss school so much and they don't get all the viruses that go around. And we help people live longer so they can see their grandchildren and their great-grandchildren get married. And we try to make people healthier so later on in life they don't have to take a lot of prescription drugs because, you know, the evil pharmaceutical companies, you know, it's just so terrible. So we just try to help them to make them feel better and have happiness and maybe a better family experience. And would you please come to our meeting tomorrow night? Because we need to share the world and help the world know about this. And could you bring some refreshments? And I just need just one more person to win the secret ribbon of helpfulness. Would you please come and be my person? Now, if you're a yellow personality, what do you think the yellows are going to say? Yes, every time. Now, if this did not feel good to you, didn't resonate with you, you say, oh man, I just want to throw up. If you felt like that, that just means you're one of the other three colors, right? But this is the language they understand. It's not about what you are. It's what about the person you're talking to is. So if you find somebody who's a yellow, you're not going to be talking about, oh, you can make big bonus checks and you can be number one in your neighborhood and crush the competition. And no, they don't like that. Oh, we should all share equally. All right. Do we all get this? So what we want to do is when you first meet somebody, instantly recognize, that might be a yellow person. And if they are, let's talk to them in the yellow language. And if you can't think of what to say, just throw the word in help every time you have. All right? And they'll be happy. So are you ready? I want the good-looking partner to pretend to be yellow. So here's what you're going to do. And the other person, you're going to invite them to your meeting to learn about your opportunity, right? But you're going to invite them in the yellow language by saying, would you please come? We need your help. We have some products that help children be healthier so they learn better in school. And because they have a healthier complexion, they won't be embarrassed when they go as a teenager. And we help grandmothers be healthier so they can help with the grandchildren, see their great-grandchildren be married. And we make people happy because we have a nice community together. It's so great. And would you please come? We need your help. Could you bring some refreshments? And I only need one more person to win the secret ribbon of healthiness. Would you please come? Are you all ready? All right, so one person, pretend to be yellow. Let's begin. Okay, was that pretty easy? Yellows don't like to stand out. They like to be part of a team. I like to support what's going on. And the problem, though, with yellows, there's good points. Here's the bad point. They don't like making decisions because they don't want to force their will on other people. So you get 12 yellows in a room with a meeting, and one yellow says, well, it's time for lunch. Where should we eat? The next yellow says, well, I'll eat where you want to eat. And the next yellow says, I'll eat where everybody else wants to eat. And they're going to starve. Nobody's going to make a decision. So when you're the yellow, you just pretty much have to tell them what to do to make you happy, and they'll say, if I'll make you happy, yes. So, ready for the next color? All right. Now, if you are a yellow, you talk in this language naturally. So when you talk to another yellow, easy. But if you are yellow and you talk to somebody of the other three languages, they don't get it. They don't understand. And they don't come, and you have no idea why. Well, I hugged them, and they still didn't want to come. Well, because they didn't want to be hugged, okay? So the next color is blue. Now, blue you can describe in one word: party. Blues love to party. They love to have fun. They're all about excitement. They're motivated from the moment they wake up in the morning. They like to travel. They try new things. They love being around people. And they are the easiest of all the colors to recognize because they are always talking. They talk from the moment they wake up all the way through lunch. They even talk in their sleep. They talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. And, you know, they start a story. It never ends. Never has a point. They just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. How many people here know somebody that talks a lot? All right. If somebody's always talking, there's a good chance they could be blue. Now, I have a leader on my team who's blue. His name is Michael. Now, the reason the blues talk is their minds are going 100 kilometers an hour in 100 different directions at the same time. They don't focus on anything. They're just action, action, action. And remember, these are action people. Now, my friend Michael, he's a blue. When we go out sponsoring together, I drive, he talks. And he talks and talks and talks and talks and talks. But when he drives, he still talks and talks and talks, but he considers rules of the road only a suggestion. All right? So it's always exciting when he drives. And when he sits down with the prospect, he does all the talking. You know, the prospect doesn't have to say anything. He just talks and talks and talks at him. He wakes up in the morning, he gets on the phone. And he'll be on the phone all day, sponsoring people, doing trainings, doing three-way calls, looking for new prospects. And he just talks and talks and talks. But his wife, Linda, she's yellow. So when he's talking all day, she's going by, oh, do you want a soda, dear? Can I make you a sandwich? A little back rub? Yeah, what can I do? Linda does all the work. Michael just talks. Linda does all the follow-up. She gives catalogs to people. She does she follows up. Blues never follow up people because blues love meeting new people. And they have no time to follow up old people because they're too busy meeting new people. And this is good for you because blues will bring the most people on your team. They'll bring the most people to fun conventions and they're people, but they will never follow up. So make sure if you have a blue in your team that somebody's helping them follow up or else all those people will be lost. A blue goes to an opportunity meeting. Halfway through the opportunity meeting, the blue jumps up out of their seat. They run outside. They just got to talk. And they meet a stranger in the hallway, and here's what the blue says. Oh, man, this is going to be great. This is the most fantastic opportunity I ever saw. It's just so exciting. You got to join now. I can't remember the name of the company. I don't even know what they do, but it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. And we're going to travel together, going to winter trip to America. It's going to be great, great, great. And that's the blues. They are instant action, and they don't need any facts. These are people that join and can't even remember the name of the company. If a blue comes to Metro Manila, the first thing they say, let's go see how bad the traffic is. Let's go have a party. Well, we're going to go out tonight. Let's meet some new people. Is there something fun we can do? They're just action, action, action. Blues will take action and go out talking to people. Nothing like rejection to them. They just talk. If you get on an elevator and there's a stranger on the elevator with you and they just start talking to you, here's what we did last night and here's how we came here to, that's a blue. Blues talk and talk. Some examples of blues is if you can think of SpongeBob SquarePants. All right. Fun, fun, fun. Or Bugs Bunny. Fun, 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 fun. Blue personality. They love parties, trying new things, short attention span. And I don't know if you have examples of blues here. I don't know if you noticed. I'm not Filipino. But you probably have some celebrities here, right? I heard stories last time I was here about Manny Pacquiao's mom. And maybe she's a little bit blue. I don't know. But blues wear outlandish clothing. They're just ready to party. And they are the best recruiters, the best promoters. You announce there's going to be a trip to America. I mean, they are off already trying to qualify. They don't even know what the qualifications are. That's the blue. So, do blues make great leaders? Yeah, they're fun to be around. They always bring new people to the team. Maybe they don't follow up. It's the downside. But they love it. So, my question to you is, how many people here know a blue person in your life? Now, if they're blue, they're always talking. If they're always talking, what's the downside? They're never listening. Just remember that. So don't waste your time talking to them. They're not listening. They're just thinking about the next thing they're going to say. But if you get a blue, well, if I was going to go to Davao, and I said, I want to meet a lot of new people, I'll get a blue person and say, just make a whole bunch of appointments, and we're off and running. They don't mind talking to strangers. Now, you haven't heard the other two colors, but just quickly here, how many people here in this room think maybe, just maybe, you might be a blue personality? All right. Nobody, 3 people. All right, that's a record. Normally, nobody raises their hand because they're not listening. All right. Oh. So how do you talk to a blue personality to invite them to your meeting? Well, I'm going to give you some words. You'll pick up those words when I do my invitation, so you'll be able to speak the blue language. By the way, was the yellow language too hard? What was the word? You got it. You're a professional. All right, here's the blues. Here's how you invite a blue to a meeting. First of all, you look at them, they're talking, and when they take a breath and take a sip out of their Coke, you talk fast. Now, it doesn't matter what you say. They're not even listening, but just look excited when you're talking. That's all they care about. So here's some words that I like to use. I like to say, we have a meeting tomorrow night. It's going to be so exciting. It's going to be so much fun. You're going to meet lots of new people. You're going to have a chance to talk to people before the meeting, during the meeting, for hours after the meeting. And we have fun conventions like this, and we have a chance to travel and chance is going to be the United States. And they're going to get a 747. We're going to load it up with all our distributors. And they're going to have a barrel of beer in the middle of the aisle so we can sing karaoke and drink beer on the way over. And when we get over there, we're going to have meetings and sightseeing all day long. We're going to party all night. We're going to stay awake for 72 straight hours. We're going to have so much fun. And you got to hurry up and join because I need a roommate here and you don't want to be left behind. And the blues like, where do I sign? That's all they need to know. They don't even need to know the name of the company. They just want to have fun. So the words are exciting, fun, meeting lots of new people, chance to talk. That's all they want to hear. And when you say that, you'll get about 100% of the blues to show up to your meeting. But see, if you would have talked to them in yellow, they wouldn't even have heard you. But you have to talk fast because they think fast. Now, I did this little demo walking down the street in London. I says, watch this, because me and another distributor are walking next to this blue guy. And you can, well, it's easy to tell he's blah, 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 talking about nothing. So I just turned to him and I said very quickly, we got this great business. You got to join us because it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have some trips. The guy said, yeah. It was just that easy. So when you're at the blues, they don't need the facts. What they need is fun, excitement, chance to talk to people. So I'll do this again, then it's your turn to invite the blues. So it's going to say, we have a meeting tomorrow night. It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be so exciting. Meet lots of new people. You can talk to people before the meeting, during the meeting, hours after the meeting. You have this great trip coming up. You want to sing karaoke, stay awake the whole time. We're going to have enough fun and fly. That's all you have to do. But you got to do it fast and with excitement. And remember, they're not really listening, but if you're talking, just looking excited, that's all you really need to do. So are you ready? So here's what we're going to do. This time, the good-looking partner is going to pretend to be blue, which is looking all over, short attention span, right? And you got to talk really fast. Are you ready? So let's invite them to the meeting. Let's begin. All right, how'd that go? Are we ready for the next color? Are the blues easy to understand? So when you sit down with the blue, don't say we have this long presentation with lots of facts. They're going to finish like 5 beers before you even get started. You know, they just want to have fun. So the next color is red. Now the reds are all about power, being the boss. They love telling other people what to do, and they are great organizers. They're champion organizers. Now the blues have the most fun, but the reds make the most money because they're great organizers. They love to be the boss. So think about politicians. Elect me so I can tell you what to do. That's red. So red personalities, they like getting people organized, telling them what to do. They are bottom line people. They want to make sure the job gets done. Now, if you wanted a CEO of a company, would you want a yellow? Oh, let's give all the money to poor people. I don't think that'd work. Would you want a blue for your CEO? Ooh, 365 days of holidays. Yes, no, may not work. You might want to have a red, right? Yeah, somebody can organize, get the job done, so bonus checks would actually go out. So the reds are bottom line people. Bottom line, let's get the job done. Now, I'll do some exaggeration here to help you remember the red personality. My wife is red. And now reds normally aren't the best listeners. And the reason the reds wouldn't listen is they already have all the best ideas. Why would they listen to a stupid little opinion of a blue or a yellow? They've already thought it out. They already have it organized. And the rest of the people just forming the idea of their mind. So when you're talking to a red personality and you're out recruiting, remember this. They're going to want to do it their way. They're not going to be listening to you. They want to have all the right answers. Now, every red I have ever met thinks they're yellow. We know better. So you talk about a red, they say, I'm just trying to help these poor losers, telling them what to do. But every red thinks they're yellow. No, they're red. They're the organizers. They're going to get things done. So the reds have to be in charge. And if you didn't have a red, think about those 12 yellows in the room, right? They need a red to come in there and say, just shut up. We're going over here to eat at Jollibee and get it over with. Yeah, 15 minutes, get back. And all the yellows go, oh, thank you, we could eat finally. So the reds are not listening. What motivates these people? Well, number one, money, bottom line results. You can tell you're talking to a red. If you're talking to a red, they're going to say, all right, how many people do I have to recruit to make 1,000 pesos? That's red, bottom line. Would a blue ask that question? I don't think so. Would a yellow ask that question? No, they're not about money. But the reds are bottom line people. Say, this is a business. We got to make it work. People depend on us. This is what you have to do. So the reds, their main motivation when you talk to red personalities out there are going to be things like recognition, money. Let me show you the difference. Reds like competition. They like to be number one. Normally, reds are never wrong. They'll tell you that. But they like to be number one. So if there's a competition and the red wins it, they're going to call up number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and say, hey, loser, look where I am. Because they like to win. Or how about this? They would like recognition, like getting a trophy. So let me exaggerate here. I'm going to exaggerate how the three colors get a trophy. Are you ready? So the red will come up and say, thank you for the trophy. I worked hard. I deserve it. And you're all losers. I'm number one. All right. They're excited, right? How would a yellow get that trophy? I don't deserve this. Let's give it to Susan. She has a sick kitten at home. How would a blue get a trophy? Woohoo! It reminds me of a trophy that, oh, wait, my aunt called me last night. She was the one that went to Hong Kong. They had little drinks in the plane. They had little umbrellas on there. And then we picked some oranges there. It wasn't like that in Florida. And they're off on another. That's a blue. So the simple fact of getting a trophy means three different things in the three different languages.